Hello guys, so today we'll be talking about the where clause. The where clause is used to filter records. What does filter mean? Very simple. You come into a class and you want to filter the class. You say, please, female, oh yeah, every female should come out. What have you done? You filtered. When you're filtering water, right, you remove the debris, right, the filtrate, and allow the water to pass through. So that's the exact thing that where clause is doing for us here. It is used to extract only those records that do what? That fulfill a specified condition. Here's an example of a where clause, where a where clause is used. We have select all from the table name where the column is Mexico. So select every record that has Mexico as its value for the country column. What does it mean? It means you have a customers table, and in that customers table, there's a column called country. You want to select every customer that came from Mexico. Very simple. So let us see how we can achieve that in our Postgres. When we get to Postgres, we say select all from students where gender is male. When I run this code, you discover that I have selected all from students where their gender is male. So if you come to my gender, you see that every student here is a male student. So you say where gender is, I'm speaking it as is, but in code form, you say where gender equal to male. In quotes, you can either use single quotes or double quotes. The essence of using quotes is that male is a string. Whenever you are using words, characters, strings, you put them in quotes. But when you're using numbers, you don't put them in quotes. So for instance, I want to say where my student's ID is equal to, where my student's ID, let me check which student's ID to use. So let's say I want to use 150 as my student's ID. I want to display the guy with student ID of 150, and I run. That particular guy with student ID of 150 will be displayed. All right. This is the syntax for using where clause. You say select the column that you want. If you want all columns, you just use your asterisks. If you want particular columns, you separate them by comma. So column 1, comma, column 2, comma. From the table name, where you now talk about the condition. Remember when you worked with if statement, if function in Excel, where you have to, iterate through a condition to return a true or a false value. All right. The where clause is not only used in select statements. The where clause is also used in update and delete statements. So you want to delete a particular thing, you can decide to tell your database the particular record you want to delete. I want to delete the record with an ID of 150. It will go and delete the record with an ID of 150. All right. So fields versus numeric fields, text fields versus numeric fields. So SQL requires single quotes around text values. That's why I just mentioned that when you're using a text value or when you are comparing with a text value, when you say where gender is male or female, that female or male has to be quoted. But when you're comparing with a numeric value, they said numeric fields should not be enclosed in quotes. So where customer ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you shouldn't put quotes in there because they are numeric values. Operators in where clause. Operators in where clause. You can use other operators than the equal operator to filter the search. So you can decide to say, I want to get all my customers where my customer ID is greater than 80. So I can come over here and I'll say where my student ID is greater than 150. And it's going to return records with student ID greater than 150. Remember, you said greater than. So 150 itself will not be included in this display. All right. However, uh, we have other operators we can use. An operator like equal, greater than or equal to. It means it will return every other value greater than that value, and it also return itself because we're trying to say greater than or equal to. We have between. We're going to be looking at this between. We're going to be looking at the like. We're going to be looking at the in. So like is when you want to search for a pattern. Between is when you want to check for a certain range. You want to say you want to get all students that were born from 1990 something to 2000 and something. It is possible, very very possible. So you want to get all records that have their first names starting with Chi, anything Chi, Chinedu, Chioma, Chidimma. You can return such data. Okay, all right. So we'll be stopping here for today and see you guys in our next tutorial. Thank you for watching.